What is up, YouTube? Justin here. I decided I wanted to make a little video on the future DLC that is coming out for Crusader Kings 2. I don't know, I was looking through the developer diaries yesterday, and I realized this would be a really fun video for those who don't really want to go searching for all the information on this kind of stuff. Just be a fun little video for those who don't do that, to be able to keep up with what's going on in the game and what to look forward to in probably a couple months. Judging by the size of the developer diaries that they have in the past, 30, 24, 26. This one's only at, what, 11? Yeah, 11. There's going to be a few more things added, but this is shaping up to be one of the more hefty DLCs that they have coming out right now. So I'm just going to briefly go through each 11. If you want to find this, the link, I should have it cropped out, but maybe not. ck2.paradoxwikis.com/developer diaries. So I'll have that link in the description below. So starting us off, a lot of these are actually map updates. Let it boot through there. So starting with, I believe this is, I had it clicked and I saw it. Anyway, they're polishing up the map. They started with Poland. As you can see, they broke down the territories. Some of the future ones, you'll see they have the old versus new map. But if you compare this to the way the territories used to look, they've added a lot more territories. So let's actually go to another one that I think Beautifying the Baltics has this one. Yeah, an old versus new. So here's another one. The old one looks like this. Big giant provinces just kind of covering everything. There's Plock from the Poland map. Bam. They broke it up like this. So 3 territories instead of 2. A bunch of little territories here instead of 1. Just, they broke it up really, I don't know, they made it really precise. And it's kind of nice. They said they were using maps. I think they're going to say it in another one of the developer diaries. They said what history sources they're using for these. So they do actually have their sources. They are trying to research. They're trying to do a little better. Normally I'd say I don't know why they didn't do it this way in the first place, but I'm assuming it's not as easy as it looks. So, moving right along, I think there is, yeah, Finland is broken down some more. Good old Finland right here looks, you can't tell in this picture. Okay, the old's here, the new's here, you can't really see the county lines. But someone asked, can I have, you know, a better map view? There's your counties. So this one has a little county here now. This one's broken to 3. This is broken to 3, 2, 3, 2. They just broke it up, and I love it. I don't know, again, I don't know exactly the history of any of these counties. Or I don't know the history of any of these counties at all, but apparently it's based off of just tribes that were in the area and old war records of the day. So it's just a lot of, like, basically, we conquered this people. Well, this is where this people was. So anyway, Finland is not the last place they have cleaned up. I think, yeah, let's go to renovating Russia next. We'll hit 4 and 5. This is where the good stuff hits. But renovating Russia, and I think this is the big one where they show off the rest of this. So Russia, they broke down. You can already kind of tell if you're used to playing in Russia, they have broken it down considerably from what it was before. Here's more of it, the southern part. Broke Wallachia up a little bit. I think you haven't said it. Yeah, as a bonus, Wallachia. So they broke all this up considerably. Here's the de jure duchies that they've got coming out. So, interesting ones is like the Wildfields. I don't think that was a duchy before. I think Veps was. I don't know about Mira, though. Vologada, I don't know if it was. But they've added, I don't know if they've added so many duchies as they more just rearranged some of the borders, but they did add kingdoms. So now you still have, yeah, Khazaria, Crimea, I think was a kingdom before. No, Crimea was part of Khazaria. So anyway, Crimea's new. Galicia, Volhynia, don't judge me on my pronunciation, and Vladimir are both here. Rus is gone. They stated they want Rus to be gone because historically it wasn't Rus. Historically it was Novgorod and Vladimir, and the 2 kingdoms united and formed Rus. So I don't know if they're going to make an event for that. Even say it right here if you want to pause the video and look at that if you need to. They added another empire too. So Russia, notice it doesn't have that hideous tail of Perm going up north. That's in Tartaria now. This is no longer Tartaria either. This is now the Pontic Steppe. Apparently, the big reason they wanted to do that is Tartaria, in a future video I'm doing, I explained Tartaria is Mongolia. It's another name for the Mongolian Empire and what happened there. The Pontic Steppe apparently has a whole different history and effect on this region, and they wanted to kind of emphasize that with the Pontic Steppe here and there. Khazarian Syrian influence at its height, so they're going to explain all that. And this is now the 867 screenshot of what it's going to look like. It's still going to be the Khazars. Notice they have tributaries now. I noticed they did that in Egypt too, the last patch, where they just put some tributaries in to keep Egypt from eating everything in Abyssinia. And finally, 1066, Kievan Rus. Just like that. So, I think it's, I don't know, I really like some of the map changes they're making. They're really trying to, a lot of people were complaining about how the pagans were treated and how this area was treated, and I'm kind of glad they're going back and doing that. A good question is, are they going to fix Iceland, or it's an event for it to be populated? And the answer is, I don't know. So the other big thing that they're doing with... Well, before I get into that, I'm kind of saving the best for last. They do have the Bloodlines feature here. So, Bloodlines is a thing now. From what I can gather, again, I've read this a couple times, and I'm not perfect at it, but apparently, you can now trace your lineage and the lineage of other characters through their blood status. So you can actually check and see, is this person a Carling? Yes. Is this person related to... I think they have some here. Yeah. Blood of Nile of the 9 Hostages. Blood of Sasan. It might replace the blood of, or the Sayacid and those traits where, you're like a descendant of Muhammad and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But apparently, yeah, they keep the bloodlines up like this. William Wallace, no descendants. Saladin of Egypt, no descendants. King Boleslaw the Brave, 69 descendants. And, onward and onward. Genghis Khan, a third of the world. So yeah, I think it's really kind of cool that they're doing this now. Blood of Attila, Blood of William, there it is. And it gives you certain things, because even back in the day, certain bloodlines gave you certain perks in real life. If you were a known descendant of Charlemagne, I can only imagine you actually got some benefits of, I am the male descendant of Charlemagne without, any break in the bloodline. I'm sure you're going to get some cool perks in real life. So anyway, there's that one. That one's just kind of its own little thing. All right, let's go into it. They have reworked the Crusades, and they have fixed up the pagan reformations. I'll come back to the cleaning up the map one just because I missed it, but it's not any more territory things. It's just another game rule that's coming in. So if you look at this Crusade map, that's different. What it is now is, and I couldn't really understand it completely. By all means, pause and read it and make more sense out of it. Put it in the comments below. But what it is, yeah, you prepare for a crusade, just like back in the old days. They had to actually go rally troops, prepare for a crusade, get money, get kings on board. And then you go off and do your crusade. So, and it looks like you can, join a crusade yourself if you're able to self-fund, or you can go on behalf of a beneficiary. So this one is Jean de Louisiane. I wish it was Guy. I think that'd be cooler. Anyway. But yeah, now you can have, a much better understanding of what's happening in this prestige, I was looking at this, in the crusade, who it's after directly, and they've also sorted out who wins and who gets the crusade stuff. So apparently there's a big change between this and this. I noticed there's a change here. So crusade starting 5th of November, 1338, and 653 days. Here, war score, battles, occupation. And yeah, you can also see, again, who's fighting on which side. I think it's pretty cool. And they've broken down how the victors win. So there's 3 types of victors. I'll put it here. You can have, the top contributor has the most say in what happens. The selfish stance is the one where they just keep it. That will be discouraged. AI won't do that. Also, the Pope won't like it, so if you're a good Catholic, you're not going to keep it for yourself. You're not going to do the selfish stance. For my beneficiary, so if you were helped out to go to the crusade, if you were funded, things like that, you can actually do the war for your beneficiary, and they get the territory afterwards. Or comply with papal demands, just however the Pope wants to do it. That's how it was back in the day. People didn't always listen to the Pope if there wasn't a representative, so all 3 of these are very valid to me. I think it's really cool that they're actually able to implement that. But one of the interesting things is not one person gets the whole thing. Notice there's a kingdom. Notice these duchies. These are owned by, like, the Kingdom of Jerusalem is its own independent state. Maybe ruled, the king is maybe, like, let's say it's from the HRE. Maybe the king's from the HRE. But it's independent. And each of these dukes are from, like, this could be a duke from France. This could be a duke from England. This could be another German duke. A count from, say, Ireland, because they helped out. Just like in the actual Crusader states, it's broken down according to who conquered what and what ended up happening in the war. So, Crusades have changed. And I think it's great. They haven't said if this happens with jihads. They haven't said if it happens with anything else like that. But, I don't know. I think it's really important that they're doing this. Also, the king of Jerusalem, or whatever crusade target, actually gets the trait Crusader King. And it's a, I want to say when they die, it does not, the kingdom does not revert back to the HRE, does not revert back to France. It stays here. It stays in the realm. It's not, it does not become part of the de jure territory of any of the empires that conquered it. It is its own thing. So, I love that. Moving on down. I thought there was more religion ones. There's a couple more, but anyway. I guess we'll go back into the cleaning up the map, because this is important. It kind of bleeds into what we were talking about there. So, who loves border gore? I didn't think anyone raised their hands. If you actually raised your hands and you're watching this video, go think about what you just did. There you gonna go. There we go. They've made it so that border gore doesn't happen. So, here's their example. Scotland inherited this territory, or something happened, and they own this. Scotland has no connection to it whatsoever. No ports, no roads, they can't defend it. It's stupid. They now have a game rule, it's an optional rule, exclave independence. So basically what happens is, say your liege dies, the king dies, the territory, if it has no real way of connection, and this one says naval, so I guess you can have a coastline and still do it, but if there's no real connection, it becomes independent. You might have a claim on it, I don't know if they say that anywhere, but it becomes an independent free nation. Unfortunately, it means like the Byzantines can just reabsorb it, but then again, it's better than, say, Scotland just owning it outright, so that would be kind of silly. This is a good one as well. Mongol, Bengal, 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 Bengal. Mongol territory just got independent. Mongol territory is independent. Bengal is still there, and then Bengal dies. Now they're independent. Now, the trick with this one is, I know they said Bengal still has heavy claims on these, so they can just go reconquer it. But the trick is, they're not connected via any sort of, like, territorial connection, land connection. That's why they break free. It's an optional rule. You can turn it off if you don't like it. But I do think it's something good that it eliminates some of the border gore that just gets super ridiculous in future when the timeline goes on. Alright, moving down just a little bit more. They've redone the character view again. Yay. It actually doesn't look that bad, though. So, these confused ducks means they're hiding stuff. One of these is actually revealed here in about 5 minutes. But notice, they've kind of fixed some stuff. So, they put the haircut button over here. Going to war or not button over there. I don't see the marriage thing. Apparently, they left it in the same spot. I don't see it. I'm just going to assume it's supposed to be here. But you can see from a glance all the stats, again, all the ailments, all the pluses, minuses, things like that. But now they have a couple other things. Besides these two hidden things, they put your combat ability right here, your personal combat ability. So this guy sucks. He is the lame, minus 14 combat ability. While this guy, 6 combat ability. Also more confused ducks. Also, another important thing is the trinkets and the combat modifiers are now here. So you just hover over them. It tells you all the bonuses you get from your trinkets, all the bonuses you get to your combat, like your actual battlefield modifiers. So they've changed it a little bit, not too much. I kind of like it. I'm curious what else they're going to add. Again, we're going to see one of the blocks here in a minute. But yeah, for now, this is what they've got. So one of the blocks they put, though, is this. It's a kill list. Looking at the comments, it's the one people are least interested in. I still think it's kind of cool, though. You can click on any character and see how many people they've killed and how they killed them and when and how old they were. All that jazz is right here. I think it does mean if you execute 25 people in your prisons, you just got 25 more kills tacked on your thing. There's a kill list here, so if you really want to get high in their kill rank, you can do that. My nomadic guy is probably up in the hundreds by this point. But yeah, it's a simple little button. I don't see anything else here about it, but one important note is you can't see secret kills. So if the person like killed someone and got away with it, and no one ever was the wiser, it's not going to show up. The person will have died mysteriously, but no one will know what happened. Let's see. We just gotta wait for my internet to go. So these are the big ones. The other big ones. I said this is the big one. The Crusade mechanic is a huge one. Faith in my own image and mass conversion. They're the opposite of each other. So let's start with the faith in my own image, because this is my favorite thing. This is what prompted me to do this video. Pagan Reformation is, as I said, is not a one-click thing anymore. Pagan Reformation now is very, very customizable. So you have your nature, your doctrine, your leadership, and as you go about creating your faith, I think it's at the point of Reformation, you're able to start implementing these kinds of things. So for an example, the nature of your faith. Scroll bar, this is just at the very bottom, but this screenshot here just shows proselyting, dogmatic, cosmopolitan. Pluses, minuses, flavor text. I think this is the best thing ever, and you can do it with all of these. So, you know, how is your government ran? What kind of religion do you have? Are you going to be able to just go war the crap out of people? Do you not care? Are you super strict? Are you Catholic? Are you Muslim? Are you Hindu? Things like that. Down here, these guys kind of show off a little bit more. It's the dev team talking about why they like what they like. So, yeah, just going to kind of go over these. They don't talk about what all these necessarily do. Just kind of what they like looking for in their play style and the way they want to reform their religion as such. I think this is the coolest thing ever. Also, fun fact, haruspicy is the art of reading entrails. So now you learned something new today. Which also made this guy fun because he's like, you can kill people and then read their entrails. And they have things like that. Why is he peaceful if he's doing that? Anyway. That does, though, it did show off, though, that you can actually do combinations now. So, like, this is a combination where you do this, you can actually sacrifice people for divine prophecy and omens. You can do, I don't know if this one combines anything, but you can do things like that where it's like 5, 10, 15 different options, and you can just combine them and get different perks by using synergistic doctrines and things like that. This is by far, I think, the coolest thing they've done so far, and it's for all pagans. I don't think it's just like, you know, Removans or Sumanescos. I think like West Africa can do this. I really hope, this is just me, I hope they put Hellenistic in, or at least an option to go Hellenistic. I think that'd be the coolest thing ever. The final thing, though, is the mass conversion. So let's say you said, screw being a pagan, I'm done with it. You can now do a mass conversion. Mass conversion is, well, basically just that. You request the help of a liege. Let's say this is the HRE, I think. Yeah, Holy Roman Empire. And you can tell them, hey, I want to convert. I want my people to convert. I want to be Catholic now. He says, great, we're going to work on it. And they basically do a mass conversion of your people. Now, obviously, it's affected by how prestigious and pious your king is. If your guy has no prestige, I don't think anyone's going to listen to him. Your vassals aren't going to do it. Nothing like that. But let's say you have a really positive relations with all your vassals. They all love you. And you've got prestige out the wazoo. Your people are going to follow you. And they will mostly convert. Your provinces will convert. Your vassals will convert. Just like that. Also, the king, the guy who's sponsoring your new religion, as you can see here, he will donate you money to get you going. He will build you churches, and it actually raises your, I don't see it anywhere else, and I haven't read this one here. I didn't see about the gavel kind thing, but anyway, it does actually raise your moral authority, your tribal organization up to high when you mass convert. So automatically you're up at high. Now, apparently, if you use it to get your tribal organization up to high, a lot less people convert because you're trying to implement too many changes at once. It's too much for your people. But it is something good to think about. You can mass convert your entire population. It's kind of cool. Which is also, personally, it's also realistic to back in the day what kind of happened. Like, I think it was Clovis, or I want to say it was Clovis. He just converted. People followed him. Bam. Catholic France, or Catholic Gaul, I guess. Francia? I don't know. Anyway, that's all they've got for now. Just want to make a quick video on that. As more daughters come out, I will post an update video. It might wait till closer to time for the game to come out. I'm not sure. I don't really want to do one every single time, but I might. A little 2 or 3 minute video if people don't mind that. I might do it just for kicks and giggles. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, check the site out.